Good day, everyone. I am Cherry Parungo, your learner buddy for Parallel A, reporting on Module 3, Origin of Marketing. When did marketing originated? Marketing is said to be the oldest profession. However, claims on marketing started even before mankind, when only animals and plants first exist per Cutler. Let us reflect on an important idea introduced in 1971 by Cutler and Saltman. They stated, marketing does not occur unless there are two or more parties, each with something to exchange, and both are able to carry out communication and distribution. Let us break this down in a simple way. First, marketing requires at least two parties. There must be someone who offers something, a product, service, or idea. And there must be someone who needs or wants it. Without a buyer and a seller, marketing cannot exist. Second, each party must have something to value to exchange. The seller may offer a product or service. The buyer offers money, trust, time, or attention. Marketing is not just about selling, it's about exchange, a mutual transfer of value. Third, both parties must be able to communicate. Communication allows the seller to explain the value of the product. It allows the buyer to express needs, preferences, or feedback. Without communication, there is no understanding. And without understanding, there is no exchange. Finally, there must be the ability to deliver or distribute the offering. Let's understand the marketing through a simple analogy. The relationship between a bee and a flower. The bee represents the consumer, and the flower represents the business or product. Imagine a bee flying from one garden to another. The bee is not flying randomly. It has a purpose. It is searching for nectar, something that gives its value, nourishment, and energy. Just like the bee, consumers move through marketplace searching for products and services that meet their needs. They compare options. They observe carefully. They choose where to land. Now think about the flower. The flower cannot chase the bee. Instead, it must attract the bee. It does this through bright colors, appealing scent, and the promise of a nectar. In marketing, business must be do the same. They attract consumers through branding, packaging, advertising, and communication. But attraction alone is not enough. The flower must actually have a nectar inside. If the bee lands and finds nothing valuable, it will leave and never return. Similarly, if a consumer tries a product and finds poor quality or broken promises, trust is lost. But when the bee finds rich nectar, something beautiful happens. The bee gains food. The flower gains pollination. Both benefit. In marketing, when a business truly satisfies a consumer, the consumer returns, become loyal, and even spreads positive word of mouth. Just like the bees spreading pollen to one another. Another analogy teaches us the important lesson. Marketing is not about forcing consumer to buy. It's about creating real value that attracts them naturally. In ancient time, marketing did not begin with advertisement or money. It started with a simple system called barter. People exchanged goods directly with one another. For example, a farmer who had extra crops might trade with a hunter who had meat. There was no money involved, only goods and mutual agreement. This barter system was based on trust, need, and negotiation. People had to communicate clearly and convince others that what they were offering was valuable. In many ways, this was the earliest form of marketing. As societies grew more organized, trade became more structured. In ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and ancient Rome, people gathered in marketplace to exchange goods like grains, spices, textiles, pottery, and livestock. These marketplaces became center of economic and social activity. Merchants began developing ways to attract buyers. They used signs and symbols to identify their products. Some displayed goods creatively to catch attention. Most importantly, they used verbal persuasion, calling out to consumer, highlighting the quality of their goods, and negotiating prices. These early strategies show that even thousands of years ago, sellers understood the importance of communication, promotion, and customer relationship. Although money would later replace barter system, the core idea of marketing remained the same. Understanding needs, creating value, and persuading others through effective communication. Before I end my report, I would like to get your insight by answering the following discussion forum. If one party does not benefit from the exchange, can it still be considered marketing? Why or why not? How has marketing emerged and evolved nowadays compared to earlier times? Thank you for listening to my report. Here are the reference I used for this session.